Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Vulcan Report with yours truly, the Algo Capitalist. Today is Tuesday, October the 30th, 2018. And it's been a few days since I've had a video, so let's jump into it and see what's been going on in these markets. The last video I did gave a rally alert for the markets last week. And basically what we had was an intraday market rally where the market rallied off the lows and the stock indexes, and then around the middle of the day, the rally was sold off pretty viciously. So that's where we were. So jumping into the first chart here is the TLT, looking at bonds on the daily chart. As you can see here on this daily chart, market's kind of going nowhere. If we put up the weekly chart here, let's see where we are. On the weekly chart, the market is still in a downtrend. Downtrend channel still intact. And the market is still off the lows from the rally alert. But we really haven't picked up any kind of positive momentum just yet. All right, we're still under bearish momentum. So, bond prices remain under pressure. So as the bond prices continue to pull back, you can expect those rates to continue to creep back up. All right, moving right along to the Dow futures, our next chart. All right, for this week, the market is signaling rally alert, as you can see. If all things being equal, the market were to, this was to be Friday, the market is setting up for a rally alert for next week. All right. Week's still not done yet, but so far, that's what the market is looking like. All right. Now, this is a daily chart, not a weekly chart. So, with that being said, we have a rally alert for tomorrow. For Wednesday's trading, we have a rally alert in the Dow. All right, finally, right? The last alert that we had, the last trade alert we had in the Dow was back on October the 10th. And the market has been straight down, but basically, since then. We have a rally alert for tomorrow, signaling that a short-term bottom has been put into place. However, I'm a little cautiously optimistic because of this bar. This bar is a little confusing. You have technically a pointer at the top and the bottom. All right, so that could signify, a trading range. And in this case, it's a 1,000-point trading range. That's right. The Dow has been having near 1,000-point daily trading ranges. All right, so 1,000 points here. You got almost 1,000 points back on this one. Seems like every day the Dow has anywhere between 500 to 1,000 point trading ranges. So the Dow is moving 1,000 points a day, basically, on average for the last 2 weeks. That's massive. When you look back here, where you had barely 100 or 200 point trading ranges, now you have 1,000. Look, I mean, these daily bars look like weekly bars. But we are still in a bear market on the daily chart in this Dow. If I pull up the weekly, you can see, like I said, all things being equal, market is setting itself up for a rally alert for next week so far. All right, so we've been in this downtrend channel now. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going on the 5th week. All right, without any type of correction. All right, no bottom. But now it's looking like the market wants to put in a bottom. Tomorrow's a rally alert. This should be rather interesting to see how this plays out. So, got to be nimble when taking these type of trading positions. All right, moving right along. Let's see here. Next chart. All right, our next chart is that of silver. So, as of right now, as I was saying, looking at how things are now with silver, as you can see on this daily chart, the market's still in this Kumo cloud of death, and market is just, trading in a range. Normally, price action likes to test the top and bottom of the cloud, and it's looking like this one wants to fall outside of the cloud. So we do not have any new signals here other than we have bearish momentum that is still taking place in this market. So we have a momentum shift from bullish now to bearish as far as momentum is concerned. All right. And the market is facing a possible rollover here to the downside. It's looking like it's testing these supports, and the lows might not hold. So yet to be seen. Taking a look here at the Russell futures, had a rally alert last week on the 25th. You remember that? And the market paused, didn't do anything. Now we have another rally alert. We got that yesterday. All right, the market did move higher. All right, and I think that the market will probably end up breaking out tomorrow. It's just one of those things. It looks, you can see this nice base that's being formed here, and I think that the first resistance or first target here is going to be about 1562, somewhere up in here from where we are now. And then, of course, the long-term trend line resistance up here is going to be the ultimate goal, and that's getting prices back above 1600. All right, so this is going to be an interesting one for tomorrow's trading, to say the least. All right, so we got rally alerts, and then we have the momentum alerts. All right, so going into crude oil. Crude oil's been in a downtrend channel with increasing negative momentum. All right, is indicated by these little red teddy bears. No new alerts to speak of. The last alert was a rally alert back in here, and the market did not manifest. All right, did not manifest. And let's see, could not hold. And now the market's starting to go back down again and looking quite bearish. So all things being equal, though, it's looking like the market's trying to form a basing pattern as well. But the scary part is this bar here for today. Today's trading looks like it's getting ready to put in another leg down. And it looks like the break of the base is to the downside, not top side, which is the bottom of the Kumo cloud, which is acting as resistance. So it's looking like the market wants to get into the the lower mid 60s. We're going to go from 66 probably down to 64, maybe even 63, something like that to test the lows of this today's bar. So we're probably going to break below that at this point. That's what it's looking like with no new alerts. I think that's what it is. It's funny too, because remember the rally and crash alert sometimes leads the market 3 to 5 bars out. So we've had 3 bars since the rally alert. So we'll see if we get another one or if we get a manifestation of a crash alert. We'll see. Right now, the market's just kind of consolidating here, like it's trying to build a base. We'll see if that's going to be so the market wants to travel back up, or is it going to be that we're heading lower? And right now, with the negative momentum readings, I have to say lower. But like I said, the caveat is this today's bar. Today's bar is very interesting because, as you can see here, it's showing that the momentum now has officially dropped off. The negative momentum dropped. Even though you had this bar that put in a new weekly low, the momentum reading has dropped. The negative reading has paused. All right, so for the next bar, Not having a negative reading, have a neutral reading. So we could break out or we could break down. So this is going to be a very key one to watch. I would watch closely the intraday price inflection points for this one, because this could be interesting on crude oil for tomorrow's trading. Let's see what else I want to show you here. All right, tomorrow's chart. This is for the NASDAQ 100. We do have a rally alert on this one. Last time we had an alert was back on October the 24th, which was a crash alert. The market did head much lower. Now we're getting a rally alert reading. This one's looking like the other charts, the other stock index charts that we've seen. So we shall see. This one has the potential to get back up above 7,100. The long-term trendline resistance is at 71.46, right up in here. But the first line of resistance will get back at 70.54, somewhere around here. All right, so that's what we're looking at right now in the NASDAQ 100. All right, the next chart is natural gas. Natural gas has, we've had 2 rally alerts in the last 2, 4, 6 trading sessions. All right, and the market is now starting to head higher, but it retreated from that today and sold off into the close, creating a pointer. So crude oil is mixed up. Doesn't know what it wants to do. And since these rally alerts do lead the market 3 to 5 days out at times, that's what you got. Because right here you got the alert, and the market did take out the high of this bar in the next trading session, but didn't hold. Came down and actually put in a new weekly low, and then since reversed, now we put in a new weekly high. So the market's just all over the place. All right. It's having problems with the thin Kumo cloud right here, but if it can cut through it, you know, this is a strong resistance zone because you have a thin Kumo cloud where the top and bottom of the cloud acts as resistance points, and you have the long-term resistance, trendline resistance sitting right on top of the cloud as well. So you basically have a triple layer of resistance to get through. These sometimes can prove to be difficult to slice through. So, and it doesn't help that we have neutral momentum readings. All right, this is the third bar where we've had a neutral momentum reading. We neither have a bullish nor bearish momentum reading. You do not see a red teddy bear or a little green bull. You just don't see it. We're in a bear market, downtrend channel still in effect, but you don't see the green bull or the little red bears. Momentum is actually neutral right now. All right, so we don't know which way Natty Gas wants to go, but my money's with the alerts. When these crash alerts and rally alerts come, the markets do eventually move in those positions. So right now, if we go back here and look at the last few signals, you see you had a crash alert here. Market did head lower. Had a rally alert here. Market did head higher. Got a crash alert here. Market did head lower. Rally alert here. Market tried to head higher. Couldn't do it. Came down, put in a new low. Got another rally alert. This time the market did break out, but again, quickly fell back down again. So even though the market is trying to break out to the top side, and these rally alerts are right here, letting you know, I think eventually, because we're 2 alerts in, I think the market wants to push through and get back towards the 350 zone. All right, and that's what it's looking like right now, unless we get another crash alert. All right, so that's natural gas. All right, moving right along, let's take a look at gold futures right now. All right, gold futures, we had that crash alert on the 29th. All right, and then we see it manifested today. Gold sold off, and we have the little red teddy bear, and we have the first bar of negative momentum. Will we see follow through this time? If you go back a week or so ago, you see You had a red momentum bar here, and it folded. All right, couldn't hold. All right, because the bulls took over, pushed prices higher, got into a straight up bullish momentum zone. Bulls were marching, and then what happened? They gave up the ghost, got your crash alert. Now this looks to be the beginning bar of the bears and the beginning downside potential for gold, which is threatening to fall below 1200 at this time. All right, so the crash alert warning did take into effect and started on the next bar or the next day, which was today. So right now, bears have control of the gold market. Excuse me. All right, moving right along. Let's see here. All right, the E-mini S&P 500 has a rally alert for tomorrow. And the potential for this one is to get us back up toward 2757 and 2772 respectively, which is the two trend line resistances right here. As you can see, we're still in the downtrend channel, trading below the Kumo cloud of death. We've had increasing bearish downside momentum pressure. But it's looking like the market's basing out and wants to head higher. So we do have a rally alert and your stock indexes for tomorrow. Moving right along to Bitcoin futures. Still flat. Still trading in a range, going up and down, up and down, up and down. All right. Everything's off kilter in the Bitcoin futures. Just taking a cursory glance at the chart, you'll see that the market is acting outside of its characteristics, and we have the hourglass. All right, we have a bearish hourglass. So as you can see, we've been in a downtrend channel for some time, but we're not heading into new lows. And with this time ticking away here, it's looking like the market is about to make up its mind and do something. Let's look at our last few alerts. All right, the last alerts we got were back-to-back sell signals, crash alerts on the 16th and October the 17th, respectively. Prices immediately held lower, then reversed, came back up, put in a new weekly high, and then quickly dropped and headed lower, just like the crash alerts indicated. And now here we are with another rally alert. The last rally alert, we haven't had a rally alert in this market since the last rally alert on October the 12th. And the market proceeded to break out hardcore, created this pointer right here, this giant pointer, which at some point prices are going to head to. And I think that could be the point right here. We put this in first. Now the market is going to test it. This is a longer term base for right now, and the market's going to try to push higher. Wants to try to push higher. We'll see, but it's acting out of characteristics. You see these crash alerts came during the bearish momentum, but so did the rally alert. Then you had a bullish momentum reading here, well, short-term bullish momentum, but it was unable to push the prices higher. So you had a rash of buy orders coming into the market, but you had more sell orders than you had buy orders, and it stabilized the prices for a few trading sessions, as you can see, and then prices finally, the bulls finally got overtaken by the bears. The bulls' last stand was right here, and then we headed lower. And now we're setting up for this rally alert for Wednesday's trading. All right, so that's your Bitcoin futures. Moving right along to the US dollar index. Green hourglass on this one. So time is ticking on this one, and it's looking like it wants to break out and head north. Next stop is 98 and then par, like I told you. Right now, all things being equal, the US dollar index is threatening to go above par. Threatening to hit par and shoot above it. All right? It's not out of the question to say 103. or even higher. Let me show you what I'm talking about with the weekly chart. All right, with this weekly chart, as you can see back in here, on August the 17th of 2018, we hit 96.98. We've now taken that out by hitting 97.02. All right, so the market broke out like I told you it was going to, and it did it even without bona fide rally alerts when we were up in here. We didn't have the bona fide rally alerts. They did not exist, okay? The last thing you got was a crash alert here, and prices did head lower into the cloud briefly before coming back up again. All right, and you switch back and forth between bearish and bullish momentum. The bulls finally won over, and we got this rally alert here, and then what happened? Prices proceeded to rally on the next bar, just as the system warned it was going to happen. So where would we go from here? I say the dollar's on tap for going to par, folks. So get ready for the rock and roll, lock and load on the U.S. dollar. And that's it for now. I just want to point out pulsewavetrading.com. Come and register for the Pulse Wave price triggers, where you can have that delivered to you before the market moves. What good is having a rally alert or a crash alert after the market has moved? These alerts come to you well before the markets move. All right, tonight's price triggers for tomorrow have already gone out with these alerts. By the time you hear this video, most of you would have already received your alerts for tomorrow, along with your price triggers. So please pay attention to the intraday price inflection points as indicated on the price triggers. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And also hit that like button. And for those of you who are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and click the little bell so that you can be alerted when new videos become available. And with that said, peace.